Welcome back from that break, and we are glad you're still watching New Vision TV. Lynn Komjisha has some news in business for us.
In business tonight, after harmonizing standards for some 1,500 frequently traded products, the business community says there is limited reciprocity when it comes to implementation of member states in the East African community, which is costing them time and money. Stuart Mwesigwa, Business Development Manager at Roofings Group, who is also Board Director at the East African Business Council, pointed out that when moving merchandise branded with the Uganda National Bureau of Standards Q quality mark, say, to Kenya, they are required to submit to additional conformity tests, which goes against reciprocity. According to data from the East African Business Community Secretariat, harmonization of standards in the region over a sample of products improve their competitiveness and market access. The study showed an increase in intra-East African community trade values of the sampled products from $291.2 million US, which is about 1 trillion shillings in 2010, to $343 million US, which is 1.3 trillion Uganda shillings in 2014, an 18% increment. Mwesigwa noted there's need to create a simplified trade regime for small cross-border traders, especially those dealing in plants and animals. The government is set to upgrade major markets across the country to modern standards for increased job opportunities for Ugandans in the informal sector. A few years ago, the government acquired $84.2 million US, which is 250 billion Uganda shillings, for construction of 11 new modern markets in Bunia, Tororo, Soroti, Arua, Kasese, Mbarara, Chitugum, Masaka, Moroto, Rugazi, and Entebbe districts. According to Geoffrey Etedu, the National Coordinator, Market and Agriculture Trade Improvement Program, construction works of the markets is on course before works to upgrade other markets can continue. He was speaking during celebrations for the 3rd National Market Symposium organized by the Institute for Social Transformation in collaboration with the UN Women, among other stakeholders. The symposium was held under the theme Celebrating the Power and Resilience of Women in Markets, during which market vendors, especially women, shared ideas and challenges they face in markets.
Thank you so much, Lee. Now, over the last 2 decades or so, Jinja has been experiencing a rebirth, but in a different direction altogether. Major infrastructure development have been taking place in form of 2 new power dams, the reconstruction of roads, and the new bridge that hangs half a kilometer over the waters of the Nile. Let's take a look.
Jinja is in the eastern region of Uganda and sits along the northern shores of Lake Victoria, near the source of the Nile. The most significant economic activity in Jinja is tourism. Being only 80 kilometers from the capital city Kampala, a lot of domestic tourism takes place here. Many former residences have been redeveloped into hotels as many new ones have been built. Jinja is now arguably one of the most pleasurable places to be in Uganda. The world's longest river, the River Nile, starts its life on 6,670-kilometer journey from Lake Victoria to the Mediterranean Sea in Jinja. The Queen of England came to Jinja in 1954, although at the time Kampala was a hostile territory to the British monarch because Kabaka Edward Mutesa II was confined in the United Kingdom following his deposition and deportation by Her Majesty's government. The Queen was here to commission the Owen Falls Dam. The River Nile is a make of sorts for the world's topmost leaders, starting with India's iconic independence leader Mahatma Gandhi, whose ashes were brought here. In various places along the Nile, activities like swimming, bungee jumping, rafting, and sailing are a catch. Now ushering you in and out of Jinja is the Nile Bridge that sparkles in the night. Now from a pile of Africa stories, visit our website, which is newvision.co.ug/Pile of Africa. Our newspaper, The Sunday Vision, is also another home of adventures, so grab your copy every Sunday for Pile of Africa stories. I am Ruthi Naseje.
Thank you so much, Ruth Nasaja. Now, in our special report, have you ever had days when you are loaded with homework, or on days when you have difficulties with finding sleep? Or have you ever been so much worried about something that you ended up developing a terrible headache? Then possibly you know what it means to be stressed. Let's see the details of this report.
There have been so many solutions to fight stress that include indulging in physical activities, getting more sleep, talking to someone, among others. But there's a natural remedy that can be used to deal with stress. According to Dr. Grace Nambatia, the Director of Research at the Natural Chemotherapeutic Research Institute, the lavender plant, she says, can solve day-to-day problems of people affected by stress. This plant can be grown in our own compounds or backyard gardens, flower pots on verandas. But one would ask, what is this plant called lavender?
It originates from Mediterranean, but it was introduced here.
How can the lavender plant be a solution to stress?
It has a very, very good aroma, and this aroma can help somebody to lower stress. You may just use it as it is, like you pluck it as I've done. You can put it in your house. You can even dry it and put it in something like a pillow. You can hang it in your car so that you breathe that nice aroma of lavender. People normally use the artificial flavors or perfumes, but they are not good. But this one is very, very good.
Dr. Nambati advises that one can be able to grow the plant in his or her pots and or in other containers in his or her home or gardens.
Yeah, in our compounds you can get a cutting, but of course you need something sharp to cut it clean and get what they call a rooting solution. So for you to be able to plant it. When it's mature, it can have purple flowers. Even the flowers smell very nice. And here in the laboratory, we can extract it and get that perfume out. That's what we call lavender perfume. You can perfume liquid soap, you can perfume creams and lotions. So on the shelf, when you find something perfumed with lavender, this is the plant.
Apart from using the lavender plant as a solution to stress, Dr. Nambatia asserts that it has other uses for the human being.
When it's extracted into a lotion or an oil you use on the skin, it can really fight skin rashes. So it's good for skin, also to have some very healthy skin. Or if it's in soap, so it can really do so well, but at the same time, it can chase away mosquitoes at the same time. Most of these aromas, lavender, if you've applied a lotion with lavender, additionally, the mosquitoes may not really disturb you a lot.
She adds that growing lavender has other advantages, including being a big source of income for the families that grow it.
First of all, it's very useful. So you can get seedlings, propagate seedlings, and sell them. When you really explain that this plant can really fight stress by formulating it in a lotion. There are many people out there formulating these things, but they don't have this. So you make money at that level. At another level, if you have land and you've planted this in plenty, you harvest it, you distill, you make perfume, and I think just something like 10 mils of perfume costs 30,000. Because when you see these designer perfumes, they're a mixture of these oils, like lavender oil here, you can have rosemary oil, you can have thyme, sage, there are many.
Now, if you have had a hard day, you know the solution to tickle down that stress. My name is Yvonne Jinja once again, and we are glad that you joined us today on New Vision TV. You can find these and more stories on our website and our social media platforms. I wish you a good night.